Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick and I'm a top author trading with over 190k reputation points. In this video, I will be speaking about USDCHF. Now, as usual, to keep the video as educational as possible, first I will be covering the technical aspect for this market. Then we will be moving to the order flow by looking at the commitment of traders, so the COT data, so essentially what hedge funds and the big players in the market are doing and how they're moving and shifting their orders. And by the end of the video, by using a combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here for this pair. So this is definitely a video you do not want to miss. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. This is the place to be for high quality free trading education. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight onto the charts. Now, starting here from the monthly time frame, what we can see is that at the moment we have a market which is rejecting to the upside a quite strong historical monthly support and demand area. From here, all this previous rejection to the upside started. Again, here, the market tested the same zone and is currently in the process of rejecting it to the upside. Now, the next logical step would be for the market to go and test the high of the range. Now, in this case, the high of this range is currently sitting exactly at this level. In fact, this was the level from which all this previous rejection to the upside started, confirming this zone as a strong supply zone. Then again, the market tested the same supply, and currently we're about to test again the same supply zone, from which there is once again the possibility of seeing a potential rejection to the downside. However, if we look closely, we can see that the market has not yet tested this supply. So there's a good probability to see first a last push to the upside for the market to actually test that zone, and then to see a potential rejection to the downside. That is definitely possible. So let's keep all of this in mind and drop down on the weekly time frame. Now, from a weekly perspective, we can see a perfect textbook shift from a weekly bearish market to a weekly bullish market. In fact, we can notice how the market was creating here lower lows and lower highs. Then the market created this horizontal accumulation phase and then shifted to creating higher highs and higher lows. Now, this is quite textbook. In fact, when you have a downtrend and then the market starts moving horizontally, that is usually an accumulation zone, from which then the market shifts to creating higher highs and higher lows. And this usually signals that here institutions were shorting, here they started buying inside of the accumulation area, which is obviously why it's called an accumulation zone, and then the uptrend starts. This is a quite textbook shift. So to see if institutions are actually now moving back to the bullish side and have moved back to the bullish side, well, what we can easily do is go and check out what is going on if we look at the commitment of traders, so what the big players in the market are doing. Now, if we look at the data for the CHF, we're actually already looking at CHF USD because all currencies on the spot are traded against the USD. But if we want information on USD CHF, well, simply we have to reverse everything. And what we can see is that in the long run, what was going on is that institutions went from minus 17.1k net positions all the way down to minus 41k. So institutions were shorting the CHF, moving to the bearish side of the CHF, therefore making USD CHF stronger. So after this downtrend, institutions started buying USD CHF, so shorting the CHF, and now the market is creating an uptrend. However, lately from here, we can see how net positions are now once again starting to increase, going from minus 41k up to minus 28k. So institutions are now once again moving back to the bullish side for the CHF. We can see how the longs were essentially increased by 3 times. We went from 4,000 longs from an institutional perspective up to 12,000 longs, meaning that as institutions are longing the CHF, this makes USD CHF weaker. So by longing the CHF, since every currency is traded against the USD, they are shorting USD CHF. So institutions are currently moving back to the bearish side for USD CHF, longing the CHF. Let's keep this in mind and move back to the chart. And by the way, if you still haven't, make sure that you join my free Telegram channel, which you find linked in description, so you never miss new updates. Now back to the analysis. So from a daily perspective, as the market is currently approaching this resistance, what do we have? Well, here in the daily, the situation is quite clear. I also spoke about USDCHF just a few days ago. When the market was creating this push to the upside, I made a full breakdown explaining all the reasons for which we could expect the impulse, then the retest and the continuation to the upside. And in fact, that is exactly what the market gave us. And I will link in the description that previous analysis, so you can go and check it out for more free education. But at the moment, what do we have? Well, here on the daily, we are currently in the process of completing this impulse correction, impulse pattern to the upside. If that will be the case, at that point, we will have an overextended market to the upside inside of that monthly resistance zone with institutions that are already longing the CHF, so shorting USDCHF. Well, in that case, there is a good probability to see a potential rejection to the downside. So if the market will now create an impulse and overextend to the upside inside of that monthly resistance, what would I expect? Well, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily timeframes combined with the COT data, those are the best timeframes when it comes to the directional aspect of the market. However, when it comes to identifying early shifts in the trend of a market, the best timeframes for that are the intraday timeframes, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what I would expect is that if this market would shift from an intraday bullish to bearish market at that point, I wouldn't be surprised to see a potential rejection to the downside away from that resistance zone. That definitely wouldn't surprise me. Now, all these general analysis, tutorials, and concepts that you see me speak about on my YouTube channel are really just the tip of the iceberg, because if you really want to learn more, I will definitely suggest that you go and check out the transparentfxtrading.com website, which you find also linked in description. Here, you will have the possibility to gain access to all my courses. So really complete courses that will guide you from the very basics of charting all the way up to more advanced concepts like building algorithmic trading strategies using quantitative finance tools like the quant analyzer to build portfolios of strategies, and a lot of really important and really interesting things that you need to know if you want to become a better trader. So this is something you really cannot afford to miss. You also have the possibility to gain access to the trading station software with the Telegram notifications integration, one-on-one mentoring directly with me, the COT data software that you often see me use on the YouTube channel, and you also have the possibility to integrate with gaining access to all my EAs, so my personal EAs, the ones that I have developed and that I trade on my own account, and also to have access to the trading show, which is essentially a live stream of all trades coming from my account directly on the Telegram channel as they are executed and managed. Here on the website, you will see that there is the complete presentation of all the EAs that I personally run. And if you continue to scroll down, you will see that you have the possibility to join and gain automatically access with the email and password that you will create during the checkout process. And there is also per time slot the special discount. So at the moment, there are 10 days before the next price increase. So I would really suggest that you go and check it out as soon as possible. The link is in description, and I will see you in it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and also let me know in the comments below any new pairs or topics that you would like me to cover in the next videos, and I will see you in my next breakdown.